single day till we made our getaway. But you said you could never see yourself trying to make a life anywhere else. This would be your home, and I was on my own. But ever since you said goodbye,
And welcome, everybody. Good morning. Welcome to the Old Orange Blossom Social. I am your humble correspondent, Bobby Randall, and the man, the myth, the legend himself, Dangerous Dave, is here. As always, Fast Eddie back in the corner. Captain Kurt up there is the producer, and is that Nathan?
It is.
It is Nathan Smith. Good morning, buddy. How you getting along? Nathan Smith at the helm. So we're all here. Captain Mike's over there somewhere, and if you have any questions, you raise your hand.
And a full house this morning.
And a full house. Look at all the people. Pretty soon, man, this place will be packed in the morning. Good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
Yeah, thank you all for coming. We have nothing to talk about and really nothing to do, but welcome anyone.
That would be Master Chief.
Yeah, Master Chief. That's what we call him. We can't have two captains. And you know what? As I'm looking around, Dangerous, not a damn donut in the house. No, not one.
I think because last week they put us into sugar shock.
Yeah, Terry bought the whole place out.
Yeah. Last week, man, that we had more donuts than you could shake a club at, and now this week 0. But it's okay.
But my son was with us last week, so it worked out. I didn't have to feed him all week.
You can't post that you want donuts and then say you're trying to get off sugar at the same time.
I am. Yeah. I'm trying to. It's terrible. It's the worst thing in the world. I tell everybody I'm not ashamed of this. I went to rehab, checked myself into rehab to get off of pain pills. I'd been taking them for probably 3 years and never to the point where I was passed out on the floor, drooling. And most of y'all would have never even known I was taking them, but I was just recreationally taking them. Anyway, after about 8 days in rehab, I thought, and I was off them, I thought I could leave now. However, you can't leave for 30 days. So it was nothing to it. Actually, I got off them and felt pretty good. I cannot get off sugar. I'm trying to get off sugar, and I'm weak. I don't know how to do it, but I try, and this is the worst place to do it.
Yeah, I know it.
Yeah. Because back there's
desserts and
candy,
chocolate and
candy,
300 boxes of Pop-Tarts.
Yeah. Well, shut up, Eddie.
The kind that nobody likes to eat.
Yeah, they're just me.
Bobby.
Yeah, I'm the guy that I like Pop-Tarts with no frosting on it, and so there's a bunch of them out there. You Pop-Tarts?
And he burns them.
Oh yeah. So I do. So I hide them and
we can always smell when Bobby's here early.
Yeah, I get the Pop-Tarts going. I got my own toaster back there and everything. So anyway, what a wonderful weekend we had at the Orange Blossom
Opry. Oh, man,
Opry
that was awesome.
Another jamming weekend. And I got to say this to Captain Kurt up there, and I don't think Val's here, but and Nathan. High marks to all of those people, and a big star for Captain Kurt, who we were kind of short on help this week in many different areas, and I saw Captain Kurt wearing many different hats.
I seen him wear a dress.
Yeah, well, he looks okay in the dress, so that's the thing, the dress kind of fit him well. Yeah. But he did office work. He was he runs this video thing over there. He does that video over there. I don't even know all that stuff is, but
and he was the driver for a while too.
Yeah, driver, and but he also but high marks. So Nathan and Captain Kurt and Val all had lots of compliments from all of the folks that were here this weekend. So high marks to all of those folks, and thanks for upping your game as we kind of cruise through on a bunch of people who are out of town this week, I guess. But I had a good time. Let's see. Yeah. I forgot who was here. That's
Daly and Vincent Friday.
Daly and Vincent.
Yeah. And, excuse me. Daly and Vincent were here, and they're awesome.
The $1 Million Boys.
$1 Million Boys were good. I thought, Jamie Daly. There's a handful of those guys. Excuse me, y'all, but I'm going to have to cough once more.
It was funny backstage with Daly and Vincent because they were usually when the artists come in, we'll ask them for a picture and we'll go take a picture with.
Yeah.
They were asking Keith, "Can we get your picture?"
Yeah, we get a picture with you, Keith.
They're like, "You're like Nashville royalty."
There's a handful of guys that are around here, and Jimmy Fortune. You know who Mike Rogers is? Mike Rogers, Jamie Daly. Those cats are in a different world when it comes to singing. They start out singing like this and then just go up. That's just their natural voices. I guess that's why if you got a voice, a real high voice, that's why you sing bluegrass music, because they come out and sing like girls. They do, but they know it.
So did you tell Jamie about the TV show?
No,
His dad's TV show?
Not Jamie. Darren.
Darren.
I did. I said, I said, listen, man, I'm just the messenger, so don't shoot me. I'm only the messenger. But Rhonda Vincent, who's their brother and sister, gave me a message to give to you, so I'm just the messenger. So, and the message was somebody came up to Rhonda and said, man, I really like your dad's TV show. It's not her dad. It's her brother. And,
Younger brother.
Younger brother
Yeah.
at that. I remember those guys when they played at Silver Dollar City. They were a family band. That's when I first were aware of them. Their dad, Darren, was in the band. I think there was another brother
Right
in
here,
there.
right here. This is the album of the day.
Oh, it's the album of the
Yeah,
day. What
with
is it? Is
Rhonda's
that their
family.
album?
That's the. I've had Rhonda signed it a long time ago, but Darren signed it now. So
Are they on
that's
there,
their
Rhonda and
family.
Darren?
Yeah,
Are they
that's
on
their mom and dad, and I had forgot they had another brother in the
Yeah,
band.
there's another brother in the mix.
Yeah.
I don't know what he's doing now, but damn, they look about 12 in that picture.
Yeah, well, they said it was in the '80s. That album's from the
So,
'80s.
yeah, it was.
Rhonda was saying that he started when he was like 6.
Yeah,
like
Darren was in
performing.
the band real young. Yeah, they had
Yeah.
him out there singing and playing. Did you? My parents had me singing and playing when I was, I don't know, somewhere right in there. I played guitar in first grade. I remember taking my guitar to school.
Me and my brothers had a band, and I was 10.
Yeah,
Yeah, my brothers played guitar, and I played bass.
yeah. I got in trouble, as you might guess. I still have my own original guitar, Roy Rogers guitar, and I took it to school and I played the song and so I went home. This is by my mom. My mom does not lie or even exaggerate, something that I've been taught well from my mother. And she said, well, Bobby, did you play guitar for the kids today? I said, I did. She said, well, play for me what you did. So I got my guitar. She said I played, everybody's going out and getting some. I'm just a fool for staying home and getting none. She said, Bobby, did you sing it like that? And I said, yeah, why? And that's, I guess, be how my dad sang it, supposedly, or something. But so even in the first grade, I was a bit confused. Anyway, let's see. So here's something cool. Bobby Bear. I didn't know Bobby Bear. Bobby Bear's birthday's today. You don't know who Bobby Bear is?
Oh, yeah.
Detroit City, his biggest hits. But what was that one song he had, The Winner? We should work up The Winner.
Yeah.
Y'all ever hear The Winner? It's about a guy gets in a fight and he's the winner. Anyway,
I worked with him here. He was here before you guys got here.
Yeah.
Bobby Bear come in and he did another really cool project that I got to spend time and talk to him about called the Old Dogs. And
Yeah?
I mean, picture Mel Tillis, Jerry Reed, Waylon, and him together doing a project. If you get a chance, look it up. The Old Dogs. They did
Okay.
2 albums and they were really, really good stuff.
I tried to, when we were putting Sawyer Brown together, we didn't have a name. Actually, the name, does anybody know? There's a good trivia question. Without looking it up, does anybody know the name of Sawyer Brown before it was Sawyer Brown? Cool. Yeah, Savannah, there you go. It was Savannah. But when we were looking for names, I wanted to steal their name because Bobby Bear's band was called Tennessee Pulley Bone. And I thought, what a cool name, man. We wanted to steal that name, but we couldn't. I actually played fiddle for Bobby Bear a couple times. He had a song out called New Cut Road. Yeah, and they had fiddle on it. And we were playing somewhere with him. This is way in the early days. And he said, hey, man, come up and play fiddle for me. So I played fiddle on New Cut Road for him. He's 90 years old today.
Yesterday.
Yesterday.
His birthday was
Holy
yesterday.
mackerel. Holy mackerel. Easton Corbin's 42. And
One
I'm,
of that's a Kiesel boss.
and that's what? Yeah, Keith. Well, isn't everybody?
Yeah.
I think the list of the people Keith
Hasn't
hasn't
played.
played with is smaller than the list of the people that he has, without a doubt.
And Easton Corbin's actually fairly local. He's from Trenton, Florida.
Oh, he is? Mm-hmm. Yeah, I didn't know that.
Yeah, it's just west of Gainesville, evidently.
A friend of mine wrote that second big song of his. Can't remember what it was, but I could
Not
see.
Roll With It, is it?
No, what was another one of his songs?
Something about country.
Yeah, Johnny Park wrote it. Johnny had a deal. Something Park. What was their band?
Archer Park?
Archer Park. Yeah.
Yeah.
They had anyway. He's quite the songwriter. He wrote a big song for Easton. Lives in Gallatin there. He'll be 42, and then on April 12th, Vince Gill will be 68
Who's that?
years old. Everybody knows who Vince Gill
Who is that? That
The
is he
Vince
new?
Gill man. Yep. So there you go. That's our birthdays of the month. So this Thursday,
Yeah, big surprise. You know, did you see what's special about this Thursday's contest?
Is it the last one?
No. Well, I mean, kinda, but no, it's ladies' night. There's it's all women.
Oh, it is? Was it Noah guy?
No, Noah is carried over from last week.
Oh,
But
and then
all the new contestants are female this week.
I'll bet there's going to be some Patsy Cline songs in that one.
Boy, you know what? We've played Crazy almost every week. It's like, can you not find a better song or
I'm
another?
going to get a text
Another
here.
song, yeah. People will be writing in, "Oh, you sacrilegious." You know, we talked about this one time, y'all, and let's have this will be fun to do with everybody. We thought about first of all, we are thinking about, for those of you who keep asking, recording a band album. We talked about the boys about it in August or September when we're a little bit slow. We may try to get in there. We talked to Nathan. He'll be the engineer, and we'll cut it at his studio. And we talked about doing it. But for fun, we said, let's just record a CD or an album or a recording of songs we hate.
Yeah.
And
songs that nobody wants to hear.
songs that nobody wants to hear anymore. Now, Eddie, I know what your number one song is. What would your number two? We'll give you two songs. Go.
Me?
Yep, two.
Oh, I definitely would. Neon Moon's at the top for sure.
Neon Moon.
And I would go with probably Wagon Wheel.
Wagon Wheel, yeah. Wagon Wheel will be on my list. Do you have one on yours?
If we're gonna cut it, Sweet Home Alabama.
Yeah. And you know, the funny thing is, those songs, people love them. But there's guys in the band, just for reasons that you play those songs so many times. I don't want to draw attention to this, but when I first came here in the beginning, every night we opened with Orange Blossom Special. Every night, because it's the Orange Blossom Opry, which has nothing to do with the Orange Blossom Special. It just happens to have the same name. But anyway, that was every night. Well, when you're a fiddle player, when you're a little kid, that's one of the songs you learn. And, you know, so I bet I played that song a million times if I never have to play it again in my life. But it goes back to the people love it. You know, people request it. People want to hear Crazy, and people want to hear Neon Moon, Eddie.
No, they don't.
Yeah, they do. People, y'all like Neon Moon? Yeah, they do. See, nobody does. There's a guy shaking his head. No, you got a guy out there, Eddie.
Yeah.
I'm starting to think that the people online just like to hear Neon Moon just to see Eddie's frustration.
Oh yeah, I think that's what it is.
You can put a camera on me up there, and there'll be like
We just do Neon Moon
Just
to
shoot me,
watch
yeah.
Eddie's head go around all the way around in circles. I don't mind that song. I kind of that doesn't bother. But I'm with you on Wagon Wheel, Crazy, some of those songs, and it's just because we played them since we were kids and wore out. So we probably won't do that, but what a great idea it might be. Listen, we're open also to take your questions online. If you have a question, let it know. Captain Kurt's up there at the helm to take our questions. Mike is here running around. If you have a question in the audience, raise your hand and just ask us. That's what we're here to do, is just shoot the breeze about anything. We'll tell you what's going on here at the Orange Blossom Opry as well. But mostly we'll just sit here and chat with y'all.
I'm excited about Thursday. One of my favorite singers, really, the two favorite singers that have stepped on this stage are, of course, Ty Love. And
is he here Thursday?
No, Kendall Dean is absolutely.
Yeah, she's really good.
I love her singing. She's
she's
writing
a sweetheart.
songs.
I like Kendall Dean.
I do too.
I do. And we can't have any influence on any of these guys.
No.
So we can't say, hey, don't sing that, sing this.
I like them
play
all,
this, play
but
that.
I really love Kendall.
You have your favorites. You have your favorites. Now, is Dangerous, is this the last week of the regular thing, and then we go to the semifinals?
I believe so. I
Okay,
believe so.
yeah,
And
so
then,
this will
and
be
then
our-
the following week will be the finals.
Is that right? Okay. Is that right, Captain Kurt? I guess it is. All right. Then another big weekend coming up this weekend. Friday. Oh, there's not Friday the 13th. It's Sunday the 13th. And then, do we have next Sunday off? Or
Hold
no?
on.
Yeah, I don't know. We have one soon. I know this. We have a Sunday.
Yes, Easter Sunday we have off.
Easter Sunday we have off. Walter Trout will be here.
That's the one that I'm looking forward to.
April.
A week from Wednesday.
Yep, April 16th he'll be here.
Yeah, Walter Trout. If you don't know, Walter Trout is an incredible guitarist. He played with John Mayall and the Blues Breakers, and he also played with Kent Heat,
Yeah.
Yeah. So he played with John Mayer.
John Mayall.
Mayer. Oh, not. Oh, okay.
Now, was Clapton with him when
No,
Clapton
he
played
took
in that
Clapton's place.
Ah.
That's how good this guy is.
Oh yeah. Well, that's some shoes to fill right there.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you fill Eric Clapton's shoes, that's pretty awesome. Well, he'll be here on April 16th. I think there's a few tickets left for that.
And that's also the finale show for the Orange Blossom Blues Band.
Yeah, we're done. We're back on the shelf. Yep, on Wednesday. What's the last blues show though, right?
Right.
For the season.
Yeah.
Yep. Okay.
The wrapping up the Blues and Brews.
Bruise. I can't.
Blues
even say
and Brews.
Yeah, like he said. That's what's going on there. Then the Carole King tribute show will be here April 19th. That's pretty awesome. Tapestry album.
Yeah, she's incredible. She's really, really good.
Friday Night Live is back on April 25th, everybody. Yep, that's. I think that's already sold out. I think the next couple are sold out, but check out further on down the line, and we'll do that.
It'll be every Friday after that.
Yeah, starting April 25th. It's every Friday after that.
Yeah.
Wow, we got
Till November.
We have to go back to work.
Yeah.
I know it.
Yeah, we've
I have
had
to learn new songs.
Yeah, we've been working a lot. We had 5 days off in March. I don't even think you and I had that off because we worked here. But we only been playing like 45 minutes here and there, so we got to get back to work. Friday Night Live is a lot of work. April 26th, my daddy's birthday. Let's Hang On will be here with their tribute to Frankie Valli, where guys sing higher than owls. Sherry, everybody do it. Ready? 1, 2, everybody sing it. Sherry, your turn. Sherry, again. Y'all are nuts. Awesome.
Eddie wasn't singing.
Eddie, you weren't singing, man.
I was doing the bass part.
Oh, you were? Okay. They'll be here April 26th. Also, man, I tried to sabotage this, but it never seemed to happen. We have more cowbells, folks.
They're in stock.
They're in stock. I even thought about calling up what's that brown truck? UPS truck?
Yeah.
And calling it a bomb scare. And hopefully that they wouldn't deliver them. But they're here. We have polo T-shirts, umbrellas, magnets are now in stock.
Oh, those are really cool. I've seen those magnets.
Yeah, I took one to Charlene. She
Yeah.
put it on the refrigerator.
Yeah.
Yeah, they. See, I told you that. I'm a weird guy. I'm a really weird guy. So we won't get into that. but are the magnets our band?
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
the promo picture.
Oh, cool. We'll have to check that out.
If you put one of those on your refrigerator, Bobby, maybe you wouldn't open the door so often.
Yeah.
Look at it yourself.
Put it on the sugar bowl.
reminder. There
Hey,
you go.
you know what I bought yesterday that I put in the refrigerator to get me off of sugar? And I should have brought one today. I brought 3, I went to Publix, bought 3 bags of grapes. So I thought I'll eat those. Those grapes, you ever see those? I've never seen a grape.
Yeah.
They're the size of a golf ball.
on steroids.
They're
Yeah.
huge.
You ate another box all at one night.
So I eat them.
They inject them with sugar.
Yeah, they probably. Well, they are real sweet, and they take the.
I was going to say, my nutritionist would probably tell you, you know how much sugar is in a grape?
Yeah, but isn't that a different sugar, y'all?
It is a different kind of sugar.
They're shaking their head. No, it's sugar.
Yeah,
I
sugar,
can't have
sugar.
those either.
No.
Crap. I bought
No,
3
you
bags
better
of
go
them.
back to.
Yeah, I'd have to put the magnet somewhere else, though, because I got to tell you, I'm a weird dude, man. I can't stand that stuff on the refrigerator.
Do they have a sugar-free Pop-Tart?
No,
Oh,
no. Anything that tastes really, really good, they don't have sugar-free. But I did want to tell you this. Chris, our chef, got Diet Vernors for me. You folks from the up north? Yeah, we don't have it here, but I got it in the fridge back there, Diet Vernors. So I can have that, can I?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. All right. Cowbells, polo shirts, umbrellas,
we
and
have a question
magnets.
up front. Have a question.
Question up front. You had to say your name and where you're from.
Hi, I'm Bonnie Mead. I'm from Owego, New York.
All right, Owego.
What is Diet Vernors?
Oh, you don't know what Diet Vernors is from New York?
no, Pennsylvania didn't have it either.
Well, you know what Vernors is. Oh, you don't? Vernors is like a ginger ale. Let's see. Mike, go grab one back there, would you? And I'll show her. It's in, and I'll give her one. It's in the refrigerator there in the bottom. We'll get you one. And it's where'd she go?
She's right here.
There you are. I lost my place. Sorry. So like every other drink, Pepsi, Coke, or whatever, it's a diet drink, and it's Vernors makes it, it's ginger ale, like a ginger ale. So you guys maybe had Canadian Club.
Yeah.
Canada Dry you had, yeah.
Canadian Club is whiskey.
Well, Canadian Club. Well, I figured they had that. They go together, don't they?
Yeah.
Sorry, I show my. Well, you had Canada Dry. Yeah. Well, this is like take your Canada Dry and then say 15 times better. No, I don't know, but they.
You know, Bonnie is famous. She's the one that.
There's one right there. So you open it up and try it and tell me how you like it. Okay.
Bonnie brought the cinnamon rolls, the homemade cinnamon rolls
she
the other
did,
day.
Yeah. Last week. See, doesn't that make you never want to have another She spit on the floor, everybody. I can't believe it. She spit on the floor.
Oh, and she's even sharing.
Yeah, she's sharing it. Do you know that guy next to you, or he's just drinking out of your can? Yeah.
50 years they've been together.
50 years.
Well, they've been legally obligated for 50 years.
Yeah. So
50
there's
years.
your first Diet Vernors. You got it. It's good, isn't it? Yeah. See, you can't say this. Thanks, Mike, for doing that. So there you came to the Orange Blossom Opry and had your first Diet Vernors ever. There you go.
Next question.
Microphone right next to you. Where are you from? Name.
Mavis and Bob from Wisconsin.
Yeah.
I got the cowbell cure for you.
Oh, dear Lord. Let's hear it.
You don't want them?
No.
Send them USPS. They won't get here.
Yeah.
Government efficiency.
Yeah. Isn't that amazing?
And we got to talk about this weekend because there's two really, really different shows coming up. You know, you've got the Edge Effect, which is all a cappella group. And then we've also got the Sunday Jive Aces on Sunday.
Awesome.
So you got those two both are groups that really different in categories of
the Edge
anybody
Effect
else.
is a cappella, right?
Yes.
The Edge Effect guys are all a cappella. They're only all voice stuff. Yes,
Very
ma'am.
cool.
Mike Myers from St. Clair, Michigan.
Mike Myers, I know. Oh,
You do know me.
yeah?
Anyway, the real question, are you guys going back up to Sanford this year, and when will that be?
Well, it's in September. It's a concert they have in September, and we go up there. We do a benefit show. It's for the Dam Jam is what they call it. And it'll be in September. It'll either be the 21st, which is my birthday, either the 21st or the weekend before. They haven't figured it out yet, but they're working on it. But it's our one road trip that we do. So that's what we do. Yeah, the Edge Effect's pretty cool, you guys. They're really interesting if you, because there's no music. You'd swear when you're listening to it that there's a whole band going on, but not the case. Yes, sir.
All right, good morning, gentlemen. Lou Barry, Ocala, Florida.
There's a man, I like it.
All right, how you doing, guys? Hey, listen, regarding the Vernors, first of all,
Yeah.
I've never had Vernors. My wife is from Michigan. She turned me on to Vernors.
Yeah.
I can't stand ginger ale.
Yeah.
But Vernors is not ginger ale. If you drink Vernors, anything else tastes like water. But
Yes.
I do have a quick question for you guys.
Okay.
You mentioned songs that you can't stand playing.
Yeah.
Neon Moon is one of mine, and I will not perform it.
Yeah.
My wife can
Oh,
tell
you
me
hate
this.
Neon Moon too?
Yeah, see.
Whenever it gets
That's a smart
requested, I
man.
just accidentally forget it. But here's my question.
Okay.
What about favorite songs? Do you and Dave have a favorite song to perform?
Yeah, well, we probably.
We could fill an hour with that.
Yeah, I was going to say, I don't have a favorite song. I think I have several. And the weird thing, Dave can speak for himself, but the weird thing about me is, because I can be comfortable listening to Led Zeppelin, and I can be comfortable listening to Boston and Journey and love it, the Eagles, but I can also listen to Merle Haggard all day if you want, or listen to, now I'm a big Brooks and Dunn fan, so.
Or Ernest Tubb, for that matter, you know?
Yeah, Ernest, I can listen to any of that sort of stuff. I don't like much of the new music so much, partially because a lot of it's computer, not real music. You know, if you were going to make me sit down and listen to rap music, I'd probably try to figure a way to take my own life. But, you know, I don't know.
Yeah.
And Dave, you kind of like, because Dave can play. Let me brag on Dangerous for a minute, because Dangerous can play all that stuff. I'll come in here one day and he's got his guitar ripping on who knows what, and then he can turn right around and play Merle Haggard stuff. So you got to be versed in all that, and you got to like that stuff. Don't you want to play it?
He won me over when he was doing Tears from Rush. I'm like, yeah, that boy can play.
Yeah, we Keith and I have had a Rush afternoon once and just started playing Rush songs.
Yeah.
And Mine stopped pretty much at 1992. You know, for as far as guitar-oriented music, because I wasn't a big fan of the grunge stuff.
Oh yeah, me either.
You know, I mean, there's songs and things that I like, but as far as like a genre, that's not one of my favorite genres.
You know what though? I liked a couple of those Nirvana songs. I did, and that's kind of, I mean, maybe one or two. I didn't mind. Let's put it that way. I can't say that I was madly in love with them, but I didn't mind them.
Well, what drives me nuts about, and you kind of touched on a sore subject for me here.
Oh no!
The two best-known left-handed guitar players are Jimi Hendrix and Kurt Cobain from Nirvana.
Oh, is Kurt Cobain? Was he a lead player though?
Well, that's the thing. He was the only guitar player in the band, and there was no leads in there.
I was going to say he just played acoustic guitar, right?
And well, he played electric also.
Oh.
And then he liked these weirdo electric guitars like Mustangs.
I saw him playing a Mustang. Yeah.
Jazz Masters, and so being left-handed and growing up left-handed, you're already at a disadvantage. And then going backwards to the most famous left-handed guitar player, Jimi Hendrix. Hendrix was too cheap to buy left-handed guitars, so he just took right-handed guitars and turned them over.
Really?
So I blame Hendrix for the fact that there's hardly any left-handed guitars available.
Well, you kicked both those guys' booty.
Well,
Let me tell you that. Dangerous. Yeah. Yeah. You see where that got Kurt Cobain, don't you?
Yeah. Well.
All right. We know the answer. We know how that ended. But anyway, yeah, I guess to move on, but I don't have a favorite song. It would change any day. But I'm still trying to figure out now why you guys hate Neon Moon so much. Because is it just because you've heard it so many times? Because it's a really well-written song, and it's a great record, but you just heard it so many times.
Way overplayed.
Yeah, way overplayed.
Me too. Way
Well, I'll tell you the
overplayed.
guy that doesn't hate it, and that's probably the guy that wrote it, because he makes lots of money. That'd be Ronnie. Ronnie Dunn wrote Neon Moon. Ronnie Dunn wrote Neon Moon before they even had a record deal, before they were even put together. I don't know if you guys know the story about Brooks and Dunn, but they didn't even know each other in the beginning. A record label guy put them together because Ronnie was trying to get a deal. And originally they put, what was his name? I'll think of it in a minute.
John Rich.
No. Yeah, Scott, but that's not, anyway.
Scott Hendricks?
No, yeah, no. Anyway, I'll think of his name in a minute. But he was running Arista Records, and Ronnie Dunn was trying to get a record deal as a soloist, and Kix Brooks had had a little bit of success. He's not the greatest singer in the world, but he had a lot of success as a songwriter. So he put those guys together and said, hey, why don't you guys go home and try to write something together and see if you can come up with something. And if you guys can, maybe we'll be interested in doing a duo, you know. So that's how that happened. And they came back with I Saw the Light, and they wrote that in that other song that we play all the time. They wrote like two big hits.
Brand New Man.
And and then they wrote, Brand New Man.
Well, I thought it's kind of funny that one of their biggest hits was cut before they were even a band. That Ronnie Dunn had written Boot Scootin' Boogie.
Yeah.
And Asleep at the Wheel had cut it.
Yep. He had Boot Scootin' Boogie and Neon Moon in his pocket. And so anyway, that's onward about that. It's okay. Any other questions? If we get questions out there on Facebook, we're right here as we stumble along into May. Let me turn my page, see what's going on in May.
May 1st.
Hey, we're doing another classic country tribute on May 1st. And
that's the first of the Thursdays.
Yeah, and then Friday Night Live, May 2nd. Well, that's 2 days in a row. We got to work, boys.
Wow.
John Conley will be here on May 3rd, everybody. Rose-colored glasses.
I can't wait. He's one of the few artists that I've never opened for.
Here's a funny...
I've seen him, but I haven't opened for him.
Daly and Vincent. Was it Daly and Vincent? Daly and Vincent, I think it was. All their guys were in the back. I think it was those guys. We were all sitting out there. And you know when that door's open, you can hear. And Chris was sitting out here playing piano, and he started playing the intro to
A Friday Night
Friday
Blues.
Night Blues. And every one of those guys, or 3 or 4 of them back there, all started singing just like John Conley. They could all do the thing. He's been working all week. I can't do it. But they all started singing at the same time. It's pretty funny. He's awesome. Rose-colored glasses, Common Man, hit after hit. If you ever, I remember when that album, back when they had CDs came out, it was Busted, was the album. And I can't think of any names at this, because it's early, I guess. But his producer, every song on that album was an awesome album, and he had like 4 or 5 #1 records off of one album, which is kind of unheard of. So he will be here May 3rd. He's awesome. His guitar player, Steve Seitler, whose name I can remember, has been playing guitar for him since day one. So same guy, got a job and been playing. Talk about sick of playing those songs, sick of hearing Neon Moon. I bet you love Rose-Colored Glasses unless you play it every night for the last 30 years or 40 years. The Everly Brothers Experience will be here. They're good. They're real good. The Zmed Brothers.
Yeah, they got Zach Zmed actually works at the Bluesman Vintage Factory, where they made my main Telecaster.
Oh, no kidding.
Yeah, last time they were here, we were talking about it.
You know what I like about those guys? And I mean, some of the guys that come here do it, but if you come and see the Everly Brothers Experience, they tell you stories about the songs and about the Everly Brothers, and I like that because, you know, a lot of people don't do that. They just come in and, you know, they're a tribute band and they just rip through. But these guys tell you stories where the songs came from, who wrote the songs, tell you about this. Because the first time I watched it, I learned a lot of things about the Everly Brothers I did not know.
Yeah.
So that's one of the things I like that they do. Then
Something real quick about the Zmed Brothers that I learned completely. Like I was actually in New York when I learned this. Their drummer, is the son of Burley and Mary from Ambrosia.
You know, I'd heard. Oh, because you went out and worked with Ambrosia.
Yeah, I went out with Ambrosia last summer for a couple weeks, and Burley and Mary, they're one of their children is the drummer for the Everly Brothers Experience.
And that dude, I can't remember his name, but he sure is a nice guy.
Yeah, he's a great guy and a good drummer. And I mean, just like his dad is an amazing drummer.
Yeah, he's a real good drummer. And what are you going to do on vacation this year? Do you know? You have plans?
Well, I was hoping to spend some time with my kids. My eldest son, you know, up in Alaska.
Yeah.
He was just was medically retired from the military. He had hurt his shoulder, and he was going to be career military.
Yeah.
And he's in military intelligence. Well, so we were going to go to Alaska to see him this year. We were going to try at least. But now that he's out of the military, he needs a job. So he just got a job with a company in Washington, D.C.
That's what I said. Didn't he like land the mother load?
He's actually teaching his spycraft, I guess is the only way I can put it. Cause
teach people how to be a spy.
He all his stuff is top secret.
Top secret. So we can't talk about it.
He can't tell me, or he'd have to kill me. But he wants to kill me half the time anyway. So.
Well, if that's the case, tell him to tell Eddie.
Right?
Does he have some inside connections with the FBI about a guy in a Jeep that ran a red light?
That was last week, Eddie. That's old news.
I thought of that when I stopped at that light today. I'm going, where is he?
Yeah. What about you, Eddie? What are you going to do on vacation? We have a whole month off.
You know, well, I'm definitely we're going to go probably, we're thinking about going down there in Cocoa, maybe even stay down there and watch one of them rockets go off up close.
Ooh,
Might
that'd
do
be
that,
cool.
yeah, and a bunch of just local stuff. And then, of course, we'll work here for a few weeks here.
Yeah, you guys, some of you guys. I'll tell you what I'm going to do. With no disrespect to anybody, I'm going to go as far north and get out of that heat as I possibly can. That's what I'm going to do in July. I may go to Alaska and look for your son. Say, I know he was here somewhere because I can't take the heat still. I don't know that that's something I'll ever. They said, oh, you'll get used to it. I've been here 6 years. I'm not used to it yet. So anyway, that's probably what I will do is head north on motorcycles. Where's Mike? Mike, there he is. Yeah, as a matter of fact, the day after, a bunch of us are headed straight north, Paducah, Kentucky, and then Sioux Falls?
Sioux City.
Sioux City, and then Rapid City, and then Deadwood, then Cody, and then we may go to Alaska. I don't know. Just go north and go west, young man, and go north where it's not as hot. So that's where we're headed this summer on the motor scooters. And then let's see, May 10th. This looks really good here. Jim Jones, Jimi Hendrix. I don't know their last names. It just says Jimmy. I'm making this up. And who are they? Jimmy. Oh, it's Jimmy, Jim, and James.
Jimmy Buffett, Jim Croce, and James Taylor.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
That kind
okay.
of stuff.
Well, what?
And it's the guys from the Buzzcats.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Was it-
they do a tribute to the three Jims.
Oh yeah. Oh, so it's not Jim Jones.
No.
No, he had
Jimmy Buffett.
No, he had the band called "Don't Drink the Kool-Aid." Yeah, here, drink this. Okay. Yeah. All right. Wow. Well, that'll be great. That'll be awesome. That'll be first time for them. But Jim Croce, James Taylor, Jimmy Buffett. Pretty cool. A slick idea, though, huh?
Yeah.
Here's who I'm looking for, though, guys. End of the Innocents on May 17th. I'm a big Eagles fan, and they're going to do Don Henley, McCartney, Neil Diamond. I know a couple guys in that band, and they are pretty dangerous. They're pretty good, pretty awesome. Cool. Hey, and if you have any questions, Facebook, anybody have any questions, raise your hand, because we could talk about whatever you want to talk about. We don't just
And then you saw our buddy George Trillinger's coming back, right?
Yep, George will be here.
Truly one of the funnest shows that we bring in here.
He's a hoot.
Yeah.
You know, George is one of those guys that Trillinger, I think is how he says his name. I said it wrong for a long time because the people that were here before told me it was Trillinger. It's what? We will be closed. You know what? We're closed. And let me tell you this. I think it cost me, but I might have paid for this, but we're off the whole month of July. So that's what the amazing part is this year, a little longer than normal. But I told the boss, Heather, if we could have the whole month off, we would never play Crazy again.
Oh, Neon Moon in there, too.
No, I didn't put Neon Moon in there, but let me tell you, she jumped on it, man. She was on it. She said, deal. There was not even I'll even think about it.
I'd be willing to bet one of them singers this weekend are doing that.
Well, no, this is after July.
After July.
Yeah, after July. Once I make sure she holds up her end of the deal.
Yeah.
You know, Heather is from Louisiana. You got to watch those folks.
In June, the 28th is going to be the final day.
Last day.
For the season. And that's going to be the CCR tribute with our buddy Kevin.
Yeah, Kevin will be back, everybody. I'll tell you what, though. Here's another thing. Kevin will be back, is it next week? Because Keith is going to take a day off and go up to Virginia to see his girlfriend and family. And
it's his birthday.
And it's his birthday. And Kevin's going to fill in for him one day. So
Yeah, the 17th.
17th of April?
Yeah.
It's on Thursday?
It's actually the finale for the contest.
Oh, boy, Keith knows how to pick the dates, doesn't he? Yeah,
Oh, I'm sorry. It's the 24th. The 24th.
So what does that make the 24th? Just a regular?
No, that's the final finale for the showcase.
Ah, yeah. Keith probably saw that, didn't he? He said, you know what?
I'm out of here.
Well, anyway, Kevin will be back for that. And then the last day we work is Kevin's show, CCR. And he told me, he said, I don't want to be the last show. You guys will be looking at the door. You guys will be running out the door. Like I said,
Keith said he was going to have him play bass, and he was on the road.
Yeah, they said, why don't you play bass for your own damn show, and we'll just get out of here. Yes, sir.
Bob again from Wisconsin. Do you ever do any Steve Wariner or any Roy Orbison? I'm thinking of Linda and Pretty Woman.
Well,
we did some Steve Wariner last weekend.
Yeah, we did.
Lonely Women Make Good Lovers is a Steve Wariner song.
Yeah, and you know what? We did play another old Steve Wariner song, but so that song, Linda, was written by a friend of mine named Bill LaBounty. And he played that song for me, and I took it to the band and said, we need to record this song. We need to record this song. And we recorded 2 of Bill LaBounty songs before, Used to Blue and Heart Don't Fall Now. And not everybody in the band would buy on it. So when it came on the radio, I just turned it up loud as hell. Linda, do you want to dance? You know what? Some of the songs let me think here before I shoot my mouth off. We try to play or put together all the songs as close to the record as we can. Like Roy Orbison, I suppose somebody could sing Pretty Woman. It's another song that's been wore out, but I suppose. But sometimes if you don't have the voice in your band for the record, it's not necessarily good to do that. It gets into a long story of stuff playing things in the right key so it sounds like the record. If you can't sing it in the record key, don't sing it. Just do something else. And a lot of people don't do that. They just get up and they want to sing Neon Moon. And if you can't sing Neon Moon either in the key or a little bit this way or a little bit that way, it ain't even going to sound like Neon Moon. And so I don't know why we don't do Roy Orbison songs, but
I think you
there's
played
a
Pretty
showcase.
Woman for a Thursday night show.
Yeah,
I
there's
think.
a showcase artist that does
Yeah.
them very, very well.
yeah, some people come in and sing it, and we play it like that. But our band, we don't really. Well, I think another thing is we're kind of a '90s country and maybe '80s little drift either side of it band. Mostly, I try to play that stuff in
Just old.
classic rock. Yeah, just old stuff. Yeah, you think about the '90s, but what was that? 20 years ago? Geez, my nights. 25 years ago. Yeah, they say the short memory is the first thing to go. I got back to April. I didn't want to get back to April. But we did, Chris did a Steve Wariner song a while back, and I can't remember what it was. We worked it up, and then we kind of forgot about it. I'm terrible at that. We'll work songs up, and I just forget about it. And so maybe I'll look it up and see if we have that. Any other?
End of May, we have a show coming in. Live and Let Die. It's a Paul McCartney tribute.
Yeah.
And the drummer in that band is a good friend of mine and Chris's.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he's a Dallas guy. We used to play together. He played at the Red River Club, and I played at the Arlington Club, both for Cowboys.
Yeah.
And Chris and Brad is his name. They played together several times in several different bands. So I'm
Tony,
really looking
isn't
forward
that
to
guy's
him.
name Tony something? Yeah, because he's really good.
Yeah, Tony
Yeah.
Kishman.
Does all Paul McCartney. There's a question back there in the back, Mike. He does all Paul McCartney stuff in the.
But they're coming in. They're coming at the end of May 31st.
That's always a good show.
Yeah.
And a lot of times sells out as well. Yes, sir.
John from Canada. I'm here with my wife Susan. More of a thank you. We caught the Blues and Brews. We got the 2 shows you've seen, and Soto Tiger testimony.
Yeah.
That young man's playing up in Ocala, and I just wanted to thank the Orange Blossom Opry for bringing some new talent in.
Yeah.
It's also spinning off, and we can see it in other parts around Florida. So thank you for everyone that has branched out and showed us something new.
Oh, awesome. Well, thank you.
Yeah, we were. I was actually discussing this with a friend of mine and Charlene's the other day. She was telling us about how many shows that she comes to see.
Yeah.
And she is here like every week and seeing different shows. That she's a real big fan of the classic country shows.
Yeah.
And but I said that the blues series that they brought in, initially it was the attendance wasn't great, but the acts have all been fabulous.
Yeah.
And Roger and Heather, to me, just diversifying one night of the week and dedicating it to something completely different just opened up this place to a whole new audience.
Yeah, and it was. You remember just seeing the audience in the last few weeks of people who have never been here before.
Right.
The Beach Boys brought some people in. There was you seen it. Bobby watched it. When you made that announcement, and almost half the auditorium raised their hands, and you're going, "Wow."
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's a whole new different genre, that blues, and it's sometimes misunderstood, but boy, they brought it.
Well, I think the last few shows have been almost sold out. Like anything, I think it took a little while to catch on.
Exactly.
Because it was new, and so when we started out with it, it was, starting out thinking, what do we do here? This may not have been the best thing to do. But it took a while to catch on. And then, because the last 4 weeks of it, maybe, it's been real good crowds.
Yeah.
Places really filling up, and so.
I think Walter Trout is sold out too, or if it's not sold out, he's very close.
Yeah, so it's.
Bonnie has another question for us here.
Yes.
We have some friends that we've been trying to get them to come to the Orange Blossom Opry, and they finally came and saw the Brothers Doobie.
Yeah.
And they mentioned to me that the opening band was just phenomenal. They enjoyed the Brothers Doobie, but they said the opening band was fantastic.
Well, thank you. Yeah, very much.
Who was that?
Yeah, who are they? Well, you know, a lot of guys in this band, you know, I can't brag on them enough. These guys are seasoned players. Nothing against anybody that lives here locally or nothing against anybody. But Roger and Heather were kind enough to let me go out and put together this all-star band. And I say it all the time, you know, this band's as good as any band you'll hear. Not to take anything away, from those bands, because I was a band like that, Sawyer Brown and Confederate Railroad. So every night I go out and play the same songs every night, you know. So, and not taking anything away from that, it's just two different things. So when you go see the Brothers Doobie or whoever you go see, tribute bands, they should be good. They should be extremely good, because they've decided to do the music of the Doobie Brothers. Well, they should do it exactly like the record. They should be on top of their game. And they play those same songs every night. So they should be good. Our band doesn't have that luxury. Excuse me. You know, one night our band's opening for the Doobie Brothers, and so we kind of play this kind of music. And then the next night we're opening for Rhonda Vincent, and we're playing this kind of music. And now we're opening for Walter Trout, and so we got to go this way. So not only is the band some of the best players in the country, but all of these guys can play across the map different kinds of music. And it comes from, you know, like we were talking about Dangerous Dave, you know, he can, hey, do you know this song by Journey? And he can whip it out. Hey, do you know this song by Merle Haggard? And he can whip it out and play it all, you know, to perfection. So that's why the Orange Blossom Opry Band, I think, is so special. It's these guys are, all of them, you know, not awesome, but all in a league of their own. Every one of these guys could play with anybody and have, or anywhere. So just remember that, how fortunate we are to have them. Yes, sir.
It's Bob again from Wisconsin. Sorry.
No, that's what this show's for you folks to ask questions and get to know what's going on here. We tell you what's happening at the Opry, but it's all about y'all.
Well, I'm just wondering what you thought of C.J. Chenier with the accordion, because he had this crowd standing up and just wiggling around like crazy.
Yeah.
I want to know how a guy that thin can hold an instrument that heavy for that long.
I kept thinking the same thing when he's doing it. I'm going, that's got to be killing his back.
Because those things are heavy, man. I tried to move it. I was like, ugh.
Well, once again, it was a different kind of blues music. You know, there's
Zydeco.
Yeah, blues is not just blues. You know, there's this kind of blues and that kind of blues, and he had a whole different kind of thing going, and I thought he was awesome. You had a guy that originally
that washboard.
Well, originally that started out. I asked him that. I said, you know, didn't this originally started out? Those guys were playing a washboard with spoons. And they got tired of holding it on their lap, I guess, and so they made a thing that sits over your shoulder. And now he plays, I don't know what that's called.
I think it's still called the washboard.
Still called the washboard, maybe. But, I thought he was awesome. And the accordion's not necessarily an instrument you would think when you're going to play blues, I'm going to play the accordion. Let's have a blues, you know, I wouldn't. And so what a cool thing. I think he's done. I thought he was awesome. And again,
fantastic band too.
Different kind of music. You know, his guitar player was crazy good.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So different kind of thing, and that's really cool. I think, you know, because if we had little Jimmy Dickens in here every night, you know, people get tired of that. So we have quite a diverse lineup coming, and they continue that. I can see what's going on next year. So they're kind of. You know.
Okay, real quick, I'd like to address the crowd online.
Yeah.
Everybody out there in Facebook land, on YouTube land, make sure that you're going through and you're liking and subscribing to our channels. We have a YouTube channel. We have a Facebook page. We have Instagram. We have a Spotify channel. Make sure you're going through and liking and subscribing and sharing. Make sure to share anything you want, really, because all of our shows. We stream almost every one of our openings, and every now and again, like with Rhonda Vincent, you actually get to stream the entire show.
Yeah.
So make sure you're going through and liking and subscribing and sharing those shows. And also, if anybody in the crowd hasn't already, and anybody online, we do have our official Orange Blossom Opry app.
Right on your phone.
On your phone, you can get it from your favorite app store. It's a free app. You can download it. From the app, you create a profile. You can purchase tickets the minute they're available. So some of these shows, like our Friday Night Lives that are coming up, almost always they sell out relatively quickly. So when a new show is announced, you want to make sure and get the tickets that you want. Get that app, and you can keep track of everything that's coming in. All the show announcements are available on the app. You can actually even stream replays of this show.
Why wouldn't you?
Right, yeah. But yeah, so especially our folks online, make sure you're liking and subscribing and sharing, and get that app.
Hey, one more thing I want to touch in on talking about the band and how good the band is. One of the things I'm most proud of on Thursdays, and some of them are rough, but what it does is, because the caliber of this band, I used to produce karaoke type shows, and it gives people that karaoke mode to get into the next step that a lot of these people have done. When you watch some of them that have come in, I can tell a karaoke singer a mile away. I've worked with so many of them through the years. But when you see that the first time they get to a band and it's not, that throws them, but they need to stretch out and break that out. If they really want to do that for a living, and you've seen that, I can't tell you the 10 years I've been here how many people we've watched do that and come out, and now they're gigging out there by themselves, and they needed that push to get out of that karaoke track mode and looking at them words and up here on a live band.
Yeah, it's very cool being part of the band that gets to be the first band that a singer has sang with.
Yeah. A lot of guys come in here and never played with a band before.
It's rough.
Oh, I'm scared to death. They said, just get up there and sing your little heart out, man. The boys will handle their part, and a lot of them, I think it's a cool thing. There's been, I feel there's been lots of people whose career I don't want to say we're responsible for, but we've helped a lot of young people I've seen come through here, start here, and go on to be other things. Macy Mack started playing here. She's up in Nashville, working and doing well. She's you have no idea how difficult that is to go to Nashville. And decide you want to go to LA and be an actor, try that once and see how that goes. So same thing with singer-songwriter. Ty Love is getting out there and getting around and doing well. And there's a bunch of other people. Chloe Grace, last time I saw Chloe, she's starting to look like a
teenager.
A teenager. Yeah, she's just a little punk kid singing, and she came in here the other day and went, "Wow, what happened to you?" She just grew up. We're actually going in and recording some songs with her next week.
Yeah, the last song that we recorded with her went viral on TikTok, and she has over 1 million views on a song that we got to play on.
Yeah, awesome. Yes, sir.
Yeah, I'm Bob from Wisconsin. Oh, that's you. I'm sorry. Yeah, I wanted to ask you.
Were you checking with somebody to see if that was you, or
I forgot.
Is that who I am?
Quick question for you. You're already talking about your vacation coming up, and I know these guys always have big plans for the Opry House when you're on vacation.
Yeah.
What's going on here while you're gone? Do you know of anything major? Or?
Well, one thing I can't tell you about. I cannot. But I think I know there's a couple things that I could tell you about. I believe they're going to do some work on the parking lot this year. As you can see, Roger and Heather have done a ton of things to the inside of the Opry here. New seats, new floor, new stage, backstage. None of this place, when I came here, I've been here 6 years, looked like this. I mean, it looked like this, meaning there were seats and a stage, but it was nothing like this. And I think they're going to address the parking lot out front. I heard there's going to be some blacktop done out there, and those are
That'd be great.
big money. You know.
I heard that our stage manager Kurt's going to start a yoga class in there.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I heard.
I thought it was Zumba.
Zumba? Yeah.
Aside from Eddie's lies,
Yeah,
we are not planning on having any major construction here at the
Yeah.
Opry this year.
Yeah.
Oh, good.
And one other question. I haven't heard, have you guys done Seven Bridges Road recently? I mean, that's a great song you guys have done. That's another one you hate or what?
No, it's not one. It's not one we hate. Everybody in this band is their own biggest critic. Nobody's afraid in this band, no one, to, after we work up a song, say, you know what, that ain't getting it, and just don't do it. And it's nothing personal to who's singing it, or it's just that ain't working. And we've done Seven Bridges Road. We've tried different variations of it, and I don't know that we kill that song. Everybody's been very kind, very complimentary when we're doing it. But again, us being our own critic, you know, we're all up there going, we suck. So I don't know. We will try to reintroduce that song, maybe a different configuration, because it's all about singing. You know, who's going to sing what part? You know, the real record has two singers. One guy sings this part, and another guy sings the high part, and you know, maybe we need to move it around the who's singing what. So I don't know. We'll look at it again. Yes, ma'am.
Martha from Central New York. Going back to what Bonnie said, I'd never been to a concert in my life ever till I started coming here.
Really?
And there's a lot of people that haven't, because when I come and I sit by some of them, they'll say, oh, geez, we got to listen to this crap band first. And I'm like, what are you talking about? Have you ever heard these guys? And they're like, no. And then after you sing a song or two, they're elbowing me like, these guys are good. And I'm like, you know, but a lot of people don't know when they come here to see the Beach Boys or whoever that they're going to see your band first.
Yeah.
And, you know, I always said I thought that there should be something on the ticket that says you guys are going to play first, but I don't know. That's just me, because there's nothing on that ticket that says that you're going to.
Well, and it's kind of just a given. And, you know, thank God for Roger and Heather again, letting that happen. They're the ones that set it up like this. What I think that does for us is, on a business side, is, okay, so you come in to see the Beach Boys, and, you know, some people are pissed. I've seen people, you know, mad because, you know, we didn't come to see those guys. Give me a chance, though. Like, just give me a chance. And if they give us a chance, I think that is why our Friday Night Lives are sold out and our other shows are sold out, because people then get to see us there. And we say, hey, come see us, just do our own thing. And, you know, again, we're playing all different kinds of music. So I think that contributes to the success of the Opry, because, you know, we, on Friday Night Live and that stuff through the summer, it's pretty much us playing, you know, carrying along here. So I think that's a good business practice as well. Yes, sir.
Terry from upstate New York. We've been coming here since 2001, and the transformation here has been phenomenal. And the Thursday night shows, local talent used to be, the big draw was a woman playing the spoons. And like that.
Yeah.
But, what you've done, what the Byers has done is amazing.
Well, we tried to, you know, Roger, when I came here, you know, nothing against what was going on. Everybody, I don't even, there's a big history on how this place started. And, you know, obviously somewhere along the line, some guy had an idea about doing this. And then there was a lady who I didn't know that was here. I know her name was Estelle, and how they did things. But in order, you know, I don't know any of those people, but I have to respect what those people did, because whatever they did got us to where we are today. Because probably if not for those people putting in the hard work and had the vision back in the beginning to do this, it may not even be here. So whatever they did, God bless those folks for having the vision of doing it. Roger came along and probably saw what I saw when I came here. I went, whoa, this place, but it needs X, Y, and Z before it's going to do anything. And the first thing was, no disrespect, but you need to upgrade some things around here to get people to want to come here. And so the environment in here now is totally different. We try to make everybody feel just like this, like we're friends and family. We try to do that. We try not to, we're not big stars. We're just guys playing music, and just the camaraderie of us and you all seems to have really started to work. This place, when I came here, there'd be 25 people here on Friday night sometimes, and now you can't get in this place most of the time. So, and God bless you folks for supporting it as well. But Roger saw that, and when I got here, when I came here, I saw that. I thought, wow, this place could really be a lot, but it needs a lot of work. And Roger and Heather and Eddie and Nathan and all of these people. It's not all me. Certainly not all me. It's a team effort of everybody that's been here that puts in the work and does. I always try to mention people. There's tons of people behind the scenes, y'all, that do a lot of work around this place. Their names never get mentioned. I can't sit up here and thank everybody by name, because I'd be here all day going, well, thanks, Dave, and thanks, Frank, everybody, Sam. There's a working guy here named Sam who works his tail off here. As far as the only person that I see, Dave, you may disagree with me, but the only guy around here that really gets a free ride and doesn't pull his weight is Fast Eddie.
I knew that was coming. I knew it. But I have a better ride.
But anyway, it's a group effort. Everybody has stepped up to the plate, and because of the success of the Orange Blossom Opry is because the hard work all these people have put in, the band, everybody, and you folks coming and showing up. Look at how many people are here Tuesday. We have time for one more quick question, then we have to run. Even you folks showing up in here on the podcast, tell everybody to come and hang out. God bless you. We thank you all for coming. Yes.
Hi, I'm Pat from Indiana.
Well, hi, Pat.
What was the path that you took to get all of you guys here to the Orange Blossom Opry?
Long and varied.
It started in prison. Well, I'll make it quick because we're running a little bit over. But the drummer that was here called me. I had left Confederate Railroad. This is just my path that I can tell you about. I left Confederate Railroad, and Doug Stock, if you've been here, the steel player, he was going to take the summer off. And so I got a call in July. I was doing other things and said, hey, would you come down here and want to play steel? So I came down and played steel for a weekend, and then I was living in Nashville. And then he said, well, this guy's gone all summer. You want to come and play? And there was other things I was doing. I said, well, I can play sometimes, but not all the time. And then when it got down to like October, and my work was done up there, I was touring and playing stuff, I started going back and forth. Well, then when Dougie came back, the owners asked me to stay, and I said, well, what am I going to do? Dougie's a great steel player. I don't need to be playing steel. So I played fiddle, bought a little house in Zephyr Hills, and that's where it kind of started. And then Roger started having discussions with me about what he wanted to do, and I was pretty honest with him. I said, well, we cannot achieve what your vision is, or even my vision, like this. We need to make some changes. And so, to make the story shorter, Roger and Heather made a lot of changes. We did a lot of things, and
still changing,
and still making changes, still doing things, with the shows, bringing different types of shows to you people, bringing all kinds of music to you, and also having probably one of the best bands in the country here is I was able to put those guys together and make different calls and find the right people. We tried some other people that didn't work. There was a couple guys. There was a guy here for a while that we kept hoping would work out and didn't. We had to make a change. But the band right now is the absolute, not only the best band musically, but the best band as buddies. We all hang out together when we're not working. We go to eat to dinner. We go out to different places and play. We hang out. We ride motorcycles together. We're truly, truly a band and truly friends. So, and I think that shows. So that's kind of the there. Got anything dangerous? Because we got to run.
No, that's it. Pretty much just don't forget to like and subscribe.
All right. We run over a little bit. We're sorry, everybody. We got to go. God bless USA. God bless you all. Thank you for supporting live music. Come see us at the Orange Blossom Opry. You'll be glad you did.